Do do do. We're gonna send out a couple pings as stream starts here. There we go, one is set. Hello and welcome to the stream. Where am I? Corellian? I'm scared. Yeah, that's right, Corellian. No, you're not. You're Corellian. We all know this. A stretch for me? Oh, very well. Hey, right? A hydrate or dihydrate? Alright, we can manage that. I've been well hydrated. Does this count as a hydrate or dihydrate? I don't know if this does. There you go. We'll be on our entry screen for just a little bit. We'll see how many people pop in and say hello. It's not water. But I have been drinking water, among other things. Today's a busy day for me. Couldn't possibly guess. A little bit of auction stuff, normal D&D stuff today. Didn't have quite enough time to make a couple calls I needed to between, but that's okay. I'll do them tomorrow. It's like most folks are busy bees, but we'll get a few in, I'm sure. And I'll be around for a while yet. But yeah, we have the auction ongoing. I'm sure as we approach the very end, we'll see a couple bids. Maybe not, I don't know. Possible we hit high value already. But I'm just kind of excited to see what people come up with. Who do I have joining me today? Here, I'll make myself visible. Oh, maybe I won't stream my Discord. There's a lot of dusts. Yeah, the server has been filled with dusts. The gamblers in the server? Gambler? What do you mean? What does that mean? What do you mean the gamblers in the server? No dusts, don't go to the gambler. I'm gonna put that up on stream for a moment. Someone else. This is all just in the main chat on the NQP server, a bunch of people being goofuses. The Deniraja. Hello, I'm Dust. The nerd alert? Welcome to my nerd stream, Aaron. You are welcome here. Takes one to know one. Oh, is it? Let me find... There you go. That'll be better. I know what causes that issue. I don't know why it comes into play every so often. Too many goobers, I fear. Too many goobers. You want to buy a book, Declan? If you want to. The book. Well, what if... No, should I make that offer? I don't know if I should. Considering saying if you won, I'd give one out. There you go. Build your team, Declan. Build your team. And if you win, I will give one out to someone who stopped by stream today. I'll try to remember the people who I know haven't gotten one. Note their names down. And also aren't a part of NQP. That'll be the second one. Not as in not a part of the server, but as in part of the company. Stick of sticks! I want to start a fire with the stick of sticks. But yeah, Goofuses, we've hit $400 on the bid, which is a little bit more than I thought it would be getting to. Thank you very much. I plan to put that towards some more art projects. More money in NQP means we can do more cool things. Because I don't really like putting people to work on stuff if I can't pay them. In some way, at least. And as you know... Well, D&D can only fund quite so much. It's doing some, and it has done plenty in the past. It will do more. But this one shot will help fund a little bit more, I think. I wasn't sure what I was going to do when we started it either. Want me to do it through the store? Oh, another one will be done. Thank you very much, Declan. Thank you very much. If it's something you want to do, I will arrange for it to happen. And you can just send the money the usual channels if that's how it's gonna go. And I will pass it out. And another person can enjoy our lovely little book. It's I learned a lot from the first one. We were making that, and when we made that one, I'm actually quite confident that I could make a really damn good book, but it would eat a lot of time, like possibly multiple years of development. So it would cost a lot of money. But we'll get there. That's what I'm building towards. Obviously, I didn't want to do that big an investment on anything while I was still learning, but I have learned a lot of tricks. I've done a lot of research. Look at these goofuses in the chat. Beat a 92 Diva. Rage baited to the high heavens. Goofuses. You, Bella, Noah, yeah. We'll see who stops by today's stream. I think a lot of people are running around. I was hoping to get a few people in over today's stream, so I can answer some questions, because I know kind of pervasion of knowledge is... it's hard to spread. But honestly, if people just show up near the end, that's fine by me. Cries and Spanish ads. Knowledge. Yeah, that one. When are we doing the Q&A? Well, I'm going to be a little loose with today's stream. I think I'm going to start by just saying this one shot, depending on how it goes. I don't think we're going to get crazy higher, but if we do happen to break, 550, I will see about getting some additional assets made by our artists for it. I'm talking fully custom tokens, I'm talking, already I'll be passing along the maps I make and whatnot, and any assets that are set up by me to whoever wins alongside whatever story they want to run. We've had crazy things going from I've had people asking me about actually important adventures based upon pieces of their character. I've also had people asking me about there was someone wanted to do like dodge bolt. I was like, yeah, I could do that. Maybe I'll watch I'll get a recommendation for a sports anime so I can get the vibe before we do that. There's also I also had someone asking me about visiting their homeland and collecting an old artifact from it. I had someone asking me about finishing up one of their longtime quests. I've had people asking me about just visiting places in the world. I can do that too. I can just set up a tour of an area for you that's, structured like an adventure, so you're actually having fun. And that's the part that makes me a little curious, because I've made an event out of this. I think people are going to go a little bit wild with their request, and that's going to be really fun to design. Happy to help with any maps. Yeah, I mean, you make some really nice ones, right? If I team up with you and split the time, I'll spend the time on it. Ooh, you have your ideas. But that's kind of the core of what we're looking at, and I'll try to keep drawing back to the auction between doing things, between answering questions and whatnot. We'll see how well my focus is maintained over the course of this, but looks good. Forgive my blanketed self. I'm sure it looks okay. My hair looks fine, so it is very cold in Calgary right now. The feels is like we're down below -20 a lot of the time right now. What is the map of? Oh, this is a map of Ulvunter. I want to update it, and I might do it soon. This is a map of Ulvunter. One I made a couple years back now. Cerebor needs to be updated. Eridana needs to be updated a little bit, not much. The Isles is fine. It's fine. Falana's fine. Wilden Woods could use a little update. Maybe I should run something in Taroma sometime. I haven't run anything in the Rose Kingdom for quite a while. I actually have some spots in the Audradon starting to be mapped out in the background, as well as a region east of the Audradon. Wild concept. Nuking the Garden of Glass. Look, if that's what you want, John, we'll make it happen. And yeah, we'll be doing an update of it. This isn't the updated version, but hopefully I'll be able to set something up over before the new year is what I'm hoping, but we'll see. I have this funny way of, whenever I have any free time, being like, oh, I could fill that with something. I am really hoping to run something in Taroma again. I really like the design of it for a more political campaign. And I mean that as in a game of power. The way I always mean it is a game of power. Because the city-state, the three towns alliance, the east and west, the sort of hegemony of the Rose Kingdom being weakened by the fact that they were built upon a horrible villain, oddly enough also named Silas, but that was the Rakshasa, and it only had one L. The Ogre Kingdom, as they take over the Grey Vale. Well, the Ogre Kingdom would be somewhere around here. So maybe we could do a little island. I don't think anything's been written on these two islands here. Same character! They're all alive, right, Zach? Right? We'll see. There's some important events. Dust actually touched on an important event that goes on in that region. The exact point in time when it goes off is not set in stone, so this would be post your current campaign. It's called the Sunlight Wars within the Grey Veil era. It has to do with the day that the sky cracked, and the development of the magic that did that. Or perhaps the propagation of it might be a better way of putting that. Yeah. Yeah, Krung. Why wouldn't it be? You're not starting a sunlight war, are you? I imagine it would be. That's something we'll have to play around with in any campaigns that go back in time, is using these historical events that do matter and keeping them a little loose, because I don't want to railroad the campaigns and the players into doing specific things. I want them to have their own adventure. A campaign in the Wildenwood, especially now that it's been changed and these accordant ruins have been revealed as though they were brand new, essentially, is super cool. We would have a fun one there, too. I know my next one's in the Duchy. It's Right of Kings. Falana is my baby. I'll have a lot of fun with that. I spooked Corellian with that. And this kind of next campaign will probably cement what the Duchy will be like for a long time. You'll find whatever region you're playing in, you significantly change it. It's like you're important to the story. Yeah, I didn't have much for especially the Dotted Coast. And John stepped in and did some writing on it, which means we can go back there sometime. One day I'll write a Dormus campaign. I just struggle because if I play in Dormus, I mean, the enemy is going to have to be capitalism, right? That's just how it goes. And then, what? I have to dismantle the current peaceful world order? That sounds like work. I'd probably enjoy it. Okay, we'll put it on the back burner. I can't, there's already 6 campaigns currently lined up as possibly being run. I can't possibly do another one. I gotta have one day off. It would be so much fun, though. Kitchen Nightmare, Kitchen Nightmares, Dormus Edition. And that's where we get in our... What would we name our fantasy Gordon Ramsay? What would we name him? Do I just say Gordon Ramsay? The Kraken's raw! So on. Grown over the Ramsey. Roared in Gamesy. Just leave it for later, yeah. It's good for me to do. I'm not in the same spurt. Like, I'm writing so often now that it's harder for me to do what I used to do. I used to write a campaign every week. And like a campaign premise every week, down to like the flow of the campaign and what the acts would look like and whatnot. You know, what's the drawing premise? And usually it was like 1 in every 4 or 5 was really good, is what it came down to, like met my own standard. I think running them all would be fun, but I have a list somewhere with a whole bunch. Probably just in my Google Docs. Can I roll to see what wine pairs with this? Draco's backstory, enemy. Does Draco have an enemy from the Dotted Coast? Or is it just capital? He's from the Dotted Coast and the enemy is capitalism. That makes sense to me. Dungeon Meishi. We could do a Dungeon Meshi style thing. I bet there'd be some demand for that. To be fair, Rite of Kings, they are a bunch of creatures. It might be that a little bit. We'll see. But we could run a Dungeon Meshi style thing in the Wildenwood for sure. There's actually... Okay. If I were to do that, you know where I would do it? We could replicate it pretty well. In the Wound, there is a place called the Tower of Knowledge. And it was a library that one of the people who served the last elven emperor, Leondar Ithsam, which is an important name in the world, the figure who had it made was a mage named Avernus. That might be familiar to you. So, you know, that idea fits pretty well with Dungeon Meshi. Alright, let me roll through some of these. You still have your notes. What do you mean, how, what? I missed something from Corellian there. Which merchants do we obtain food from? In Kara? You're mostly trading with the Bailey, or with, technically you're trading with Doom merchants, but the way Doom works is it sets up warehouses. It's a warehousing company, basically, that makes sure it hires people for specific roles. It's the Dorman merchants, the Dorman government even is based off of the Hansa from Northern Europe. If you ever have time to look that up. Really interesting. Looks over at 3 a.m. discussions from Cat. Hey, when you're hungry, there's a dead spider to pair it with. What is Sally's babies particularly? I'll have to use Sally one of these days. I have a couple hags I keep coming back to. But eventually one of them will actually be killed. And then I can, we can start rotating some more in. People don't like to actually kill the hags. Finding wine pairing. Need to pick a place for your little guy in Gathering of Seasons to be from. Ah, Aaron, is your character from the material plane? I'll come back to that as I continue to read through stuff. There's an enemy in his backstory, but they are merchants. Ah, I see, Draco. Merchants that he had to work for after being taken from the Dotted Coast. Oh, was he for... Okay. So this is what makes Dormus the bad guy. Like, they are the bad guy at the end of the day. They're like the lesser evil, but slavery is possible in Dormus. All you have to do is, like, you have to be the one to sell yourself into it. But you can see how that would become a problem. People could fake that. It doesn't happen very often because the punishment is really bad if you're found out to have done it. But the fact that it's allowed at all to our modern sensibilities, that's, like, insane. Writing a campaign once a week would make your brain explode. Yeah. Sally would be good at being evil if she had a secretary. I think similarly, Morgantha would be good at being evil. Yeah, she just needs someone to help her with her plans, because she often forgets a very vital step of the plan. Here's the plan. I'm going to use my friendship with these people to have them go and clear out an enemy at the site, where I've created a ritual circle that will allow me to draw the power of Sonoquist directly into me, becoming a granny once and for all. Oh, they found the circle before they found the enemy and thought they had to get rid of it. Shoot. Yeah, I guess I should have told them about that part, huh? They keep asking me about the acorn. Hello, yes, here's my resume. I specialize in being mildly annoying to your enemies, but never actually getting caught. She has you. Yeah, she's got Basil. She's got a few people held on. Morgantha can hold on to some people because she is really bad at being evil. She's so bad at it. She also does like people. Like, she has a bunch of people she wouldn't actually do harm to. Yes, Bard, that was the auntie. The building. Fey Wars are in the works. I believe some of the groundwork is being shown in Corellian's current campaign, The Gathering of Seasons. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if it actually happens. Every once in a while, we present an opportunity to the players to see if they want to hold the current status quo or shift it. Thus far, everyone has always chosen hold the current status quo. It's often easier and has more rewards for them. But this is different because their characters are from this place. So... Aaron says, yes and no. Sentient Sword isn't from the material plane, but it's being kept. Right, because you were playing the double combo. You were playing the two characters type thing, which is very difficult to roleplay, and I applaud you for it. I have no doubts you'll do well with it too, Aaron. I've played with you for long enough to know you're damn good at it. The material plane was from the museum. I see. Yeah, they're just doing some weird challenges. Yeah, there you go. Moonlit King Paladin. Yep. If you chose status quo by killing the Moonlit King's Paladin. One day, I'll be happy to have you in Two Bubble. One day. The world has to throw us a bone first, you know? Yeah, Corellian wants to do a Stormlight one. We're trying to do a couple extra systems. I'm going to keep running Draw Steel if I can manage it. I'm going to try Daggerheart sometime in the next year. Probably just for a very short one. And there's a Stormlight Archive. Is that the right... Am I using the right words? I don't know. I haven't read them. Brandon Sanderson stuff. There's a RPG for that too. What's my favorite Fae character? My favorite Fae character has to be... Dead, it's Boreas. Because Boreas was the key. You'll find Boreas in every Fae's backstory, essentially, because he started the last big upset in the Fae and made for all the fun stories we have that way. Probably a villain, frankly. And current... It might be the Queen of Air and Darkness. She's just so fucking cool. She is so cool. And I can do so many stories both with and against her. Like, so versatile. You think I'll ever do Call of Cthulhu? I might, if there's an interest for it. If there's a group big enough, I might do a Call of Cthulhu one. Call of Cthulhu is naturally much shorter, right? I think the optimal Call of Cthulhu game lasts 3 sessions. But I know how. I've known how to run Call of Cthulhu for 6 years. Just has never really been a big interest. You really want to check out Daggerheart and Draw Steel? I'll hope to get you in at some point, Aaron. Maybe I'll catch you once one of the current ones ends. I'll try to line up one of those for that. But yeah, well, I've got people here. I'll ramble a little bit again. I just keep reminding myself too. The Auction stuff is going well. Thank you all very much for showing your interest. Hopefully, as we reach the final hours in like 2.5 hours, I'll be here streaming the whole time, by the way. We'll play some games and stuff in between. We'll design some things. Team up with people. Like, find a couple people to work with if you want to get in on this. If we reach high enough, I will see about getting some custom tokens designed. You'll receive all the maps for it. There's the full portion design from me, which includes us sitting in a room and talking through what you want, and then me coming back to you here and again with, like, this is the idea I'm thinking of. And you can do anything. We could stick you in an environment for you to explore and have fun in. You could explore a new region. I have a few of those designed. You could go and fight some crazy monster you've heard of. We could look into something from your character's past coming up. Maybe there's an item they've left behind, or someone you'd really like them to meet, or there's really no end to the options. I mean, it's a role-playing game, and I'm giving you the full purview of choice. So put your teams together, and I mean, the sky's the limit. If you got a cool idea, feel free to ask me here too if it's possible, or what we can do with it, or if I can put a cool twist on it. I'm happy to talk beforehand too. I've got so many hours to do things right now. Bullying me. Thank you very much, Corellian. Kat is asking me if the characters can kiss. If everyone involved is consenting, they can kiss. But no more than that. I will fade you to black. Yeah. Let me swap up the music. Let's get something jovial. I've like tavern. Oh my god, I have so many D&D playlists. I have a tavern music playlist. We can do that. Sure. What is the scariest thing in Ulvunter? There are a number of ancient threats in Ulvunter, which some parties have come across. Oblivion, I wouldn't count the fifth one as an enemy. That's beyond stat blocks. I'll tell you the story about the moon and the dragons sometime if you want. But there's a number of ancient threats which can show up that would present, if they are allowed to roam free before they have, if they're allowed to get up to full strength, could present a world-shaking threat. There are some things that you could argue, like, planar abominations or gods in warrens and whatnot that are dying, or the demon princes, but none of those really present a threat to the world itself. So the most dangerous things in the world, you got one, Bubble, Sorenklex is one of them, are these crazy ancient threats. Old Doom in Yariel, for example, or there's two in Falana. There's Sorenklex in the mountains up here, and there's the Emperor in Dacia, representing the first and last Emperor of Dacia, who sacrificed like 10,000 people to try and attain immortality, and it didn't quite go right. There's the Immortals in Dormus. There's the Sisters in the Accordan Archipelago. There's what was the dragon's name? Veg wrote something really interesting that if it gets run and canonized, it would be one. Wendos could represent one. The guy in the orb. Yeah, I think that's about it. Those would be some of the most dangerous entities. I'm sure there's a few more. I mean, we remember some every once in a while. We design a few more every so often later. Hello, Faceless. Happy to have my Faceless man back in Valence. Ooh. Welcome by the stream. Who is the hottest member of the Five? So if... Okay, so you have to understand that my preferences are not the same as a lot of people I play with, right? Many people have different beliefs, and so it's entirely... what a way to phrase that. Sorry, guys. Many people have different opinions on what they like. Surprise. And, there's a couple different ones, but the party that saw the pecan all agreed he was hot. I didn't agree, but they all did. Hey, Red, welcome by. Hey, Shasta. Who is the coolest enchantment wizard alive in Hunter? I think you were playing the only player enchantment wizard we have ever had. Which, to be fair, I probably would have played one eventually, but as people know, the sort of mix of those things is the mix of the themes that surround enchantment or something I like to push in front of an audience. So I guess it's Mopsideer Mopdor. Let's see. Let me read what you've got for me, Aaron, because I do want to see this. The Smiling Glaive. And there's some precedent for that. Smiles for short. Yeah, I feel like it should have You know what would be particularly interesting, Aaron? What if the glaive did have a name, but it had forgotten it? What if there was some purpose it was supposed to fulfill originally? That either it didn't care for, or has simply been lost to time. I feel like that would be a lot of fun. You've already started playing them, but now I've got a character in my head. Look out for Bob. Killing Vincent to change to... Who's the coolest wizard? We have a lot of crazy wizards going on. A lot of people jumped at the chance to play wizards in the high-level stuff. That little annoying fancy kobold. He is! Yeah, he is. That was a player character, believe it or not. And do you know what campaign that player character came from? The one about sealing Soren Klex. They made some awful deals. You can get it on the king of the castle name now. Hey. Yeah, we could play some King of the Castle later if people wanted. Annoying kobold. Here's a question. What class/subclass that I haven't seen used in NQP yet, which I'd be interested in seeing played? There's one I've talked about with Dust. Both he and I really want to play an Enforcer Rogue at some point, which is of our design. It's just, like, it seems simple, but it's just clear, fun design. I like it. Other than that, there's a lot of new 2024 stuff I haven't seen, but of the old ones, there's a couple barbarian ones I remember that are quite interesting. And Storm Sorcerer as well. I made a Storm Sorcerer a while back and was surprised by how easy it was to be thematic and powerful with them. I had a lot of fun. Oh god, that was years ago now. Your faceless man doesn't know... This is from Faceless. My faceless man doesn't know his past or where he's from. Is there somewhere I can read about other lands for ideas? Does someone have the... actually, why don't I just... Here. Let me grab and post an old document that I haven't updated in all too long, but let me post the Library of Denesia, which is a document compiling a lot of information on the world. You can also ask me directly if you'd like, and I'll happily answer, if you have, like, a base idea for me to start with, of course. Oh, I can't post it. Why not? Could someone please post the Library of Denesia for me? Here, I'll send it to Corellian just in case, because Corellian's high in my list of people who recently responded to me. Thanks, folks. I'll be missing a few questions there because my chat broke, but feel free to re-ask if I missed something. We got lots of time. Bards are quite fun. I've played a few bards myself. I fear I am naturally inclined to play a bard of some kind. And I don't know what that says about me as a person. But just playing... I play a lot of... I either play very charismatic characters or very uncharismatic characters. I don't like playing the in-between. The little bit we got to see Mary in Domain of Demons was very strong. Eloquence Bard is very good. We got to see a little bit of that from Dust a while back. You were looking at the library the other day. I'm glad it's been of use to you, Draco. I spent a lot of time making what is there. Ooh. I got a lot of things in this head here. Turns out, having run literal years worth of campaigns, we're closer to a decade than we are further now. You get a lot written. Several gigabytes worth of text documents. It's hard to make it all presentable for a player. But I started writing a couple of guides to regions for new campaigns, and that's been a nice way to get it in little bite-sized pieces. How many mozzarella sticks would it take to blow up Dacia? A lot. Dacia has too many campaigns. I'd say its value is in the several $100,000. So, I don't know, like a million mozzarella sticks. Can we explode Taroma? Why do you want to explode Taroma? All of it? You're gonna explode the seasonal temples. There's a temple of Sinaquis over here. There's an abandoned winter temple up here that is filled with a secret that someone will unlock one day. If Irene leaves Kara again, I expect her to become a seeker. Oh, that would be cool. That's another thing I want to do, is I want to show what a seeker is in the world in my mind. And I'm sure there's a dozen different ways, because it's not a centralized religion. But I do want to show what a seeker is. Awesome. Glad you have a little copy there. What if we made Dacia into Atlantis, says Shasta? Well, a lot of people would die. Dacia is a major hub. Hey, Hookaroo. It's a character I play in a Monday game. The Library of Denesia is quite interesting to her. Yes. And the thing with Seekers is, it's not something that I ever show in depth, but you'll notice in different campaigns they show up in very different places. And usually when you see a Seeker, that means you are geographically relatively close to something they would be seeking. It's a little hint that there's something interesting nearby, if you look for it. Faceless Man continues his quest to... Another question from Dust. Who is the kindest thing or person in Ulvunter? What is the kindest thing in Ulvunter? That's a very difficult thing to answer. I know there's a bunch of names that come to mind, but like if I was to start quantifying it... Let's put Boone on the list. And then next to him we'll put like Harvise, the god of poverty, or something. the god who ascended twice. I love Harvise. One day I'll run a campaign where he has some relevance, but again, I'll have to go to Dormus for that. Although he does have a temple in Dacia. And I think he has a temple in Solus as well in Yariel. Might have been desecrated in the last war, but eh. You have a minimum 22 on deception. Yeah. What are some shocking RP moments I've seen from players or twists I did not expect? They happen all the time. Because I can only plan, like, what's in the world in the region ahead. And often I'll try and plan something cool for the players. But I want to be very careful about not choosing for them. So you end up with a situation where you have a lot of design that's one way and the other, or just a vague jot note of like 7 different possibilities, and then I just have to roll with it and rely on the fact that I made the world so I know how it works. If I were to pick a moment, let me pick out one moment recently that surprised me. I could pick something from today's game. Today, I was certain, for example, that Basil would ask their patron about, like, what the hell is going on. So I had prepared an answer for them just in case. But I didn't need to. There's also, like, you can never know where the players are gonna go. So you just plan ahead for what is in the region and what their motivations are, and you react accordingly. Like the Sunday group, for example, I was not expecting them to actually feasibly negotiate with Old One Eye. That surprised me. I also wasn't expecting them to spook off Varsada's mentor. Mentor's the wrong word. Varsada's caretaker. Effort seen and appreciated. Thank you very much, Faceless. That's why we're running this auction, is so that hopefully we can do a few more cool things. That's kind of what ties us together, is we love doing creative things, and sometimes creative things require a significant amount of effort and time. And I like to make sure I can pay people. And also so that I can survive to do so. One day, Akalor will grab too many artifacts and catch the eye of a goober or two for campaigns. I hope so. That'll be fun. And that would be a good one to pull across. What inspires me the most, asks Red, when creating ideas for my world? Games, movies, books. Okay, so this is a difficult one. I like to take in stuff constantly. One of the first pieces of advice I'll give a DM is that nothing is new under the sun. Everything has been done before, and if you think it's cool, they'll think it's cool. I think there's a number of books that form the core of my understanding of fantasy, but there's also numerous movies, shows. I'm watching Freyren with Kat right now, and I'm sure something from that will leak into my writing. Often does. The books I would say are most core responsible are The Inheritance Cycle, so Aragon, very core to my writing. The Black Company, very old book, you have to get over some weird ideas in it, but very good writing, and the only good military style writing I've ever seen. And The Lies of Loch Lamora, which follows thieves and thievery and that style of stuff. If you do all 3 of those, you can understand most aspects of what makes high fantasy fun. Past that, it's just taking new things in, trying new things, coming up with ideas constantly, talking with other players and integrating their ideas. That's my favorite part. I'm smiling now. I love that stuff. I love my job. What about 3 mozzarella sticks? Visit to the temple. Is there anything you'd like to see done or think would be interesting to do with faceless memory? Nature stripped away, nature's all that's left. So, does your character hold any strong opinions? That would be my first thing, is if you can tie it to an interesting artifact, interesting people, or especially to a strong opinion that your character currently holds, so that it forces your character to actually think about things. Even if it stiffens their resolve, that's fine. You can have some fun with how they react to the possibility of learning what they once were. I think that would be fun. Can I rent out a room in the Burning Palace? No. If you enter the Burning Palace without being invited, you are killed. And if you are invited, you must also be allowed to leave. Those are separate things. Permission to enter and permission to leave are separate. With enough wine and pillars, I'm sure we can convince the chaplain to turn Dacia into Atlantis. As an overall percentage, how many people do you think are atheists in Ulvunter? It has to be a very small number. It's very hard to deny gods when their power is visible in front of you. That being said, I'm sure there's some small villages and places with not many people, very separated, that at the very least believe that the gods aren't something that they should put their time into. It actually used to be the belief of the Accordan Empire, in large, not as a whole, but in large, that the divine was an example of what they should strive towards. That every mortal possessed such capability. And that while you might never reach it, you might reach it in one small thing. So you can see why they had some problems. That's what we call religious That's what we call religious hyper specialization, and can lead to some weirdness. What D&D feature do I hate the implications of? I think I need you to give me an example. I think I need you to give me an example, Shasta. Or do I hate including? I don't really like... I think there's only 2 things I don't like including in the games. Gift of the Gab, which lets you wipe someone's memory of the last few seconds of what you said. Very silly, very fun. So disastrous if the enemies can do it. I would never want to use that on a player. Holy shit. You love Dreams of Blue Skies, I'm glad. I think it's about time I invite someone up to come and chat with me. Maybe you can help me run through questions if we keep getting them. I'm happy to keep answering. Maybe we can talk about stuff, or we can pick out a game. I'm not too bothered. Maybe I'll invite up 2. There's some goofy stuff going on, I fear. Yeah, if you'd like, you're more than welcome to join in, Red. You're showing some interest. Same with you, Ray. We'll get you both in. And if anyone else wants in, even if you don't know me, you can come and chat. That's okay. And this is our... I'm in the streaming office. You both should have access.
I appear as well.
Welcome by.
Some people don't have access because I think Dust cleared some.
Oh, gotcha. I mean, Red has access to everything, so...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I apologize. I think I still have the permission from the Patreon, but...
That's fine.
I did not expect it.
Welcome up, friends. You can all be welcome for a little bit. I'll kick you out one at a time later.
That's great.
Works for me.
uh, but yeah, today we are just going to be chilling and hanging out, keeping an eye. I'm sure as we approach the end of the auction here, there'll be a few people looking to make some bids. Your money goes towards NQP continuing, me getting to do more cool, creative things, and hopefully just more fun things for you to get involved with. At the very least, it'll go towards some more fun art for you to interact with.
I think the people love that.
Oh,
know
there
why
is a
she
good
did it.
question here, if you want me to read it out for you. So,
Please do.
this is about player written things. Shasta says, I want to write something for Ulvunter, my backstory. Will you hate me and want me dead if I suggest something for my character, like a new location or religion?
New religions are pretty easy, and new locations are usually fine. It's really hard to fill the world up. We can always have something new off on the side, and the worst case is that, like, this is the worst possible case, is that it doesn't end up being very popular, and it's just a thing for you, and frankly, if you're playing in a game, your character stuff is for you, so the worst case is it works out just fine.
Dead coats are very neat.
There's also everything else also exists east of the Adradon as well.
Indeed, though I'm designing some stuff east of the Adradon now.
Well, more east of the Adradon.
Further east, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, if you ever need to recreate these maps, you know who to call.
I do need to make new ones, but I have to make them with all the new features. The world has evolved.
Yeah, that'll be Yeah, but for like creating stuff like that, Shasta, like, I mean, my character Lee, he has a whole residency in the Feywild. Like, that kind of stuff can just exist, and there's room for a lot of it.
There is. You'll never, we will never fill the world. Everyone here, all of us, could write every day for the rest of our lives, and we would never fill the world.
Hydra is really cool.
It is
No, I've heard
very
about it.
interesting.
Yeah, you pointing out the map made me realize about the World and Woods. And remind me in the world document on the World and Woods it just says Corellian. And it still just says Corellian full stop. I'm like, yeah, I need to fix that. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of updating to do. At some point this next year, maybe I'll set aside a month to make
Yeah.
DM projects, like update the things.
I know, Cat. I know.
What could I get
This
for...
is a personal question, Zach. Personal as in from me. But I wanted to ask, were you ever interested in creating more species like the tieflings?
I've actually invented a few. They're just not very well known.
Ooh.
There's some things you can do. Most things have been created that are notably different. Usually you can get away with just doing twists on these, but I know I want to do something for the Asimar at some point, because angels work differently in my world. Ulvunter angels are woven of light. They are, like, they're often not people.
I'd love to see that with our resident Havita.
I was
Really?
gonna say, I couldn't imagine an Asimar in a campaign. I couldn't imagine it.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Me neither.
Demon ran with it. I'm pretty pleased with that.
I love Avita and would sacrifice a small village for them. Anyway.
I understand.
No one has yet played a seedling in my games, which are people that date back to the era of the Sorcerer Kings. They are people who, when they have a seed growing at the back of their neck, and when they die, it pops out. Yeah, Bubble, you're familiar with that, aren't you?
I've slowly started shoehorning species into Elvunter as well.
There's been one that only one person has tried as well, which is the Acleans. Wait, it's a familiar word to some people. Which are animate suits of armor. It's sort of a curse that is spread. They need to drain life or magic. And if they kill someone by draining them, that person will become an Aclean.
Why are they cursed sets of armor, Zach? Just no reason whatsoever. I'm just kind of curious.
Anyways,
for no personal reason.
No one remembers Corellian. No one remembers. It was so long ago.
Fine.
Sounds
I'm assuming-
ominous, guys.
I'm gonna ask the rest of the group here. Has anyone heard of a Gapetan? I believe that's how you pronounce it.
I think you like characters.
Cause I've just looked it up here. It's like a little, like sentient, doll. It looks like to be.
Really? I have someone who's playing something that might work for.
Geppetto. Yeah, Geppetto.
Rite of Kings, we had a player recommended in, and tune in to find out, I guess. But they're playing something like that.
Ooh.
I still want to play a GIF one day, but trying to make that make sense is a different question.
The British space hippos.
Exactly. Well, they don't have to be British or
I need
space
to see these.
hippos, but just the fact that it's a giant hippo person is just hilarious. Same with Luxodon as well. All the animal ones, just the idea that there's these massive people and just no one questions it. I love it.
I love them.
Oh.
Excellent. I'll have someone actually play a seedling. Lovely.
I feel like Alaxis fits it quite well.
Yeah,
Not sure what Alaxis is, though.
I believe he's Eladrin.
He is.
Okay.
He does share lineage with Lee, being an Eldrin. Yep. I believe it's Summer Court.
It's not even best court is spring, but
Spring court.
Debatable.
That's a debate in itself.
disagree. But I'll listen.
Lee would have a word with you.
Am I familiar with the tabletop game series World of Darkness? I haven't played it myself, but I know what it is. I'm going to be slowly making my rounds and trying out a bunch of stuff so that I can offer more things to people if they want it. I don't want to do too wide an offering because you need to get a group of 5 together at least, but I believe next on the list is Daggerheart. Would I be interested in exploring it with my world? Absolutely. Yeah.
Does Elvunter have any named white dragons?
There's a few. The most important one would be the Mother of Dragons. It was said to be the oldest dragon still alive, perhaps, if the dragon's mythology is to be trusted, the oldest dragon ever. She is resting in Okrithel, supposedly somewhere, indistinguishable from the mountains themselves, due to her size.
Oh dear.
I theorized a one-shot for it once, where you'd be like fighting on the back of the Mother of Dragons.
I feel like once you get to a certain size of creature, wouldn't it be easier to fight them from the inside?
I guess it might be.
It's a thought and a half.
I'm just saying.
Ganta did mention that today, actually.
Would they be older? Would they be older than the Dreamer?
Yes.
Or does Dreamer count? Oh, interesting.
The Dreamer is an old dragon, a very old dragon, measuring more than 10,000 years old. But the Dreamer is in a different category from the Mother of Dragons. If you are to believe dragon mythology, could be as much as 50,000 years old. And you want to play?
Zach, would you?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
would
alright.
you run a one-shot about meeting the timekeeper in this case.
Yeah, I could run something with the timekeeper. If that's something people wanted to do with this auction currently ongoing, for you to get your own fully custom one shot with all assets included. As in, I will pass you the art we used for it.
That is absolutely great. I
I
must
was
bid on
about
it
to say-
right away.
I was about to say John was winning with 400, but we just got a new bid at this very second
Ooh,
with Final Boss at 410.
thank you very much for your offer, Final. And if it is that you do end up winning, we really can do pretty much anything you'd like. Hey, if you want to meet the timekeeper, which is here, let me show my starting
wonder who
screen.
he
He's
is,
he's the guy aura farming in the background.
Oh, we love the timekeeper.
I will always love how grand and epic your title screens look, and mine's just an old gnome stealing a stick.
Oh, I put the wrong one.
That's the end screen. I'm like,
Yeah,
wait, why
sorry.
is Lee on the
This
third
one.
screen?
This one.
So cool.
I love
Oh.
him. I love mirrors, guys. Prisms, mirror,
He has the aura.
planes. Alright.
Oh, the timekeeper
Whoever that wizard is a nerd, though.
I
The wizard in the middle there.
kind of agree. The paladin's kind of a nerd
Yeah.
Of course, for all of your knowledge who are watching, all the characters portrayed in this are characters within the world. And many of them are current player. All of them actually are current player characters, aren't they?
too. Oh yeah, I forgot Eudrina's in the back too.
Yeah.
The hat kind of cuts them off.
That's-
I always forget their
Eudrina,
like I say.
Fairly, Versata, Ares, and Talion.
That
Wait, that's
goofy
Talia at
wizard
the
with
bottom
his
there?
Yeah,
bird.
yeah, I'll show you the
Not
auction
clicked that that was
screen too.
Talion.
There's Lee reflected in the mirror, and I think that's Versata again. Ares' arm is the one reaching
I
out.
clicked that. I didn't
It's
click that the
actually-
small guy was.
Declan's character in the bottom left here, there.
Vincent.
Vincent. Yep.
I didn't click that was
Me
that was Talion.
forgetting names for characters I've said their name of 20 times earlier today.
Literally an hour ago, but you know.
When you run 5-6 games a week, you lose track of names. Plus NPCs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I promise I will make your story sing. I will. I am up to the challenge.
And I agree with the Shasta in chat. We love cat art, more cat art.
We really do.
Exactly.
I do want to return to a previous question, Zach. How does your brain handle? You said you write an idea for a campaign once a week. What do you mean? What?
I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore.
No. Yeah, but you still did it.
Well, it's
My
so
Huh?
I'm of a particular belief when it comes to creativity and like your drive to create. There's a few things you can do to keep yourself healthy while you're doing so. One of them is making sure you have time to be bored. Another one is when you have trouble sitting down and focusing, as I often do and as many of us often do. You can give yourself a little break and come back to it. But when you come back to it, you write until you get something. You do it until you like it.
Huh.
And if you do, then you will teach yourself how to be creative because you will learn a process. Because at the core of it, you already know how to be creative.
Yeah. No, that's good advice.
Hello, evil man.
I do find that statement really funny because it applies to more than just creative writing, but as someone who's a developer, it applies to that as well because I go through that same kind of process when I do my work.
Yeah. Like, worst case, you do it again later, but you gotta make sure... I don't know how to put it. You just have to fucking do it, you know? There's no better way to do it. It's something my father used to say to me. He's like, one day you'll understand, Zach. One day you'll understand. You just have to do it. Yeah, I get it now. Evil man says, developer.
We are all developers in our own sort of way.
I am looking for another campaign to join. Where do I find open campaigns in big confusing world of NQP? Wow.
Woohoo!
I'm sure there'll be some links in the chat. But if it's a campaign you're looking to join, rather than
You beat me to Brilliant.
the auction for the one-shot ongoing, there is a section of our Discord here, right near the top, called Looking for a Game. There's also a role you can take called Looking for a Game, and whenever we open a new one, we ping for it. I am, of course, getting close to being maxed out on campaigns. I might do a 6th if I want to continue Draw Steel, but that would be the limit of what I could do. Like, I physically couldn't do more.
6?
Yeah.
That is the equivalent of
one
working
per-
6 days a week.
Yeah.
Your mind amazes me, Zach. Because holy,
I am incredibly lucky to be in a position where I can do so. So I will.
that is fair. I would take the opportunity as well. Goddamn. Yeah.
We just filled out our recent campaigns, so there's nothing open right now, but there might be in the coming months. We will see.
I know both me and Dust are looking to start some or try and fill some eventually, because I had one that I was trying to run for a while that eventually lost players, Sailing the Unknown, and then I know Dust's got a few different ideas rattling around. So
Indeed.
And for anyone looking for the Discord, it is discord.gg/NQP.
Ah, you don't have
That has
the
the
link
link.
to the Discord. Yeah, we can.
Corellian is.
I'm working on it. I know it's not the custom
would
one. I'm
love
sorry,
to have
Red.
you.
I'm sorry.
How dare you? My hard work of typing
There
in 3 letters.
There are other DMs. Corellian and Dust are currently running stuff. Pont is running some Vampire the Masquerade stuff for us as well. John will run a one-shot here and there on request, but John is a very busy guy. He helped me set this up.
Busy.
I'm just burning another bed. Oh my.
Thank you, John.
What to now? Yep, 450. Yep. Dang.
But the other
Damn.
DMs I've pulled with me are all people I've worked with for literal years. They know the world very well. We talk like every day or two. They run a good game.
The other day, I literally grabbed Zach and I was like, "What if I do this world-changing thing? What if I do this world-changing thing?"
You get a good idea of what's reasonable. You're good.
Listen. You only have to have a really serious meeting when one of your players decide to cast Wish.
That's easy to handle. They always get the wording wrong.
Oh
Yeah. I do love me a good monkey paw.
We do also have some lovely artists who are open for commission. So
Just you are.
Yes.
I love commissions. I don't know if you can tell.
you have
If you
some
go
really
to the
cool
lovely,
art.
if you go to the lovely, I'm assuming ticket category that Corellian just linked.
No, that was one to share it, so it was in the arts and culture. If they wanted to commission, that'd be a different story.
Ah,
They
yes.
share.
Yes. And a lovely little Patreon as well that I'm sure Zach
God,
is working
yeah,
on
that-
heavily.
Every week. I actually had to miss it this last week, so I guess I'm doing a double post this week.
Kat asked, "Who is your favorite NPC to play right now, Zach?"
It kind of meshes around a little bit. I always love Morgantha. My egg is always good fun. There's a number of other things that I enjoy playing myself. Every once in a while I get a wily old man who's fun to play. Julia's just kind of funny to play in the Sunday game. She's very sassy. I don't get to play NPCs like that very often.
I don't trust her. I don't trust her.
The one I'm really waiting for right now is Wodan Grimhilt.
Why would you say that name? Why would you do that?
But basically, I enjoy getting my variety. So I'm sure it'll change in a week.
I never understood what you meant when you said you loved playing hags until I played Elaine. And I was like, yeah, I see
Yeah,
it.
I get it.
See it. It's just too fun.
Oh. I've never once gotten to play a hag character myself, but I do love interacting with those types of characters.
Just getting to make deals with players and stuff, and then instantly, like, just there's a certain level of just chaos to them. It's just fun.
I think player character hacks are also really fun. I know
John's-
Ethel is one.
John's doing a really good job of
Italian.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would love to. Like, I make a lot of the TikToks for NQP, or at least helping with them. A lot of mine are just John being Italian.
Hey,
Just I
the
can't.
community faceless.
Yeah.
I'm interested to the answer for this question. What's the Achilles heel to a certain priest of Anagros?
You already know his Achilles heel. He has an immense pride and disdain for the weak.
I might know the answer.
Even as Oaken, I got a bad vibe from that guy. Good lord.
The campaigns are linked. It's part of the fun. You're all playing in the same world.
I do
Yep.
love grabbing NPCs from different campaigns that were originally player characters.
Mhm.
Like I've used players from Rich and Reward in Gathering of the Seasons and stuff. It's very fun, and I think I've played Oakenhill in a few different campaigns. Knowing that your characters still go on even though you're not playing them is a very cool idea. And I stole that idea for Rich and Reward when you did it at the end of our campaign. You basically like, what are they doing afterwards, and it makes it so it doesn't feel as just like a raw end to the campaign and just like, what do I do now kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because as Zach said earlier, no idea is original. Use some, dear Lord.
Yeah, just use them. It's fun.
Yeah.
And
What was the first story that you've written for Ulvunter? After you answer or continue what you were saying.
that's a really
sorry.
good question. I was just going to say, my opinion is, especially for D&D, closed endings are overrated.
Yeah.
That is a very good opinion.
So basically, the first adventure I ran was with me and a couple friends, one of which ended up playing the character that would become the Timekeeper. One of which played a character who would become a very famous Guardian of the Sirwood.
Wait, what? Oh?
Uh-huh.
My foot?
Yeah, like the dragon.
Yeah, holy shit.
We didn't really know what D&D was. I had just sort of seen, I'm sure it was Critical Role or something I had just seen, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to have fun with that. Yeah, that looks good. But of course, I was a kid fresh out of high school, looking for a job, looking to get into, university. And I didn't have any money. So we didn't have the books, but we played anyways, and we figured it out. And it was bad D&D. But the gist of the story is these three chucklefucks who I was playing with would go around the continent fixing problems and unlocking ancient places with immense danger. And there ended up being sort of three major plot lines they followed, one of which was stopping what was called the Cult of Colors, who was a cult of people that were controlled by an aboleth. One which was about the release of Avernus. In a deserted region. And one that was about the defeat of a green dragon named Ingress, who is now a character known as the Spider in Dacia.
Oh?
I think I heard that one.
Wait, the one I met?
Uh-huh.
Stop breaking my brain every time, Zach.
Everything's connected. in one way or
Yeah, but
another.
it hurts my brain sometimes when I realize stuff. Making me think and stuff is rude.
What is the auction goal to shave my head?
I just saw that from Chester. I was like, that's gonna be a high goal. Holy
We'd have to hit at least 1,000 USD for me to shave my head.
Zach,
I'll get you
Zach,
custom art, but if
Zach,
that's what
don't put
people
that
want,
low. Don't do it. Don't do it, Zach. No.
look. If you're willing to pay my rent for a month, yeah, I'll shave my head, sure.
Oh God, what?
Don't
Anyway,
tempt them.
that's what I mean. Don't tempt them. Some of the Goobers we have in NQP do
We
not
unite
tempt them.
all the forces
Oh,
of bidding and we
God,
put it all
They'll
together.
get like $10 from every single person, and it's just then we're done
Listen,
for.
listen, I'll DM John if he wants to split in the middle with me.
Stop it!
I know John has already teamed up with someone, so
Yes, they're doing lots of. They did take me with the church people from Valence, I believe.
yes, people
Ah.
are more than welcome to team up.
Teaming up is
Cookie, we definitely could team up. That is a possibility.
I agree. I agree with Kat.
And that's really what you should do if you want to win this auction, is you should team up with 2 or 3 other people so that you're not paying too much money out of pocket, you know?
If I wasn't insanely broke because of Christmas, this would be I would be probably up there with
So
John and
fair,
Cookie.
Red. Only give if you can.
Yeah, don't bankrupt yourself.
Oh no, it wouldn't be. I still have a chunk in savings, but I try not to touch that.
So, Shasta asked, "What's Thistledown up to this time of year?"
Thistledown. So Thistledown is in the Thistledown
Ooh.
Glade. Here, let me find that map.
Winter. Hmm?
Yeah, in winter.
Interesting.
There's a region called the Thistledown Glade, which is at the base of the mountain that leads to the Winter Palace. And Thistledown just chills around there, because technically he is that glade. Fae are weird.
Yeah.
And every once in a while he'll travel out west into the part of the forest that isn't the Thistledown Glade to go and visit his grandma.
Can imagine who that grandma is. Can imagine who that is. Weird question. How warm would Thistledown be? What's
Are you like hugging him? Question
no,
mark?
like how warm would their heart be, for example?
What a question.
Yeah, it's a weird one, but only certain people understand that. You're welcome, Kat.
I'd
Anyway,
have to think about that. I don't know. Google
One of the-
what
one-
is
one-
the
one of the
temperature
que-
of someone's heart.
one of-
I get put
no,
on another list.
one of the quests in Gathering of the Seasons is finding the warmest heart in winter. As well.
I see.
Warmest doesn't always mean warm, you know. Can mean-
True. Be friendly. Yeah, well, it would be an absolute culture shock if someone bid. Yeah, it'd be an absolute shock to people if I went bald. Sorry.
I don't think my brain can compute it. I've only ever seen you with long hair. I don't.
Yeah,
You know?
Zach, if only I got my bonus from farm work early this month.
yeah. Unfortunately, last Thursday was the last paycheck I get before Christmas.
Hold on to it.
Mhm.
Or
I also think my
sorry, the
bonus
Thursday that
gets sent end of the month, so that's why.
Oh, but wait. Oh no, I do get paid on Christmas Day.
Red, stop it. The auction will be over. The auction will be over then. We're fine. We're fine. We're
I
clear.
but I could girl math it and I
That's
got.
not how.
No girl mathing. Proper mathing.
I have
For an
warmed
auction,
up the girl.
in the
math.
rules.
See, it's
However-
not a horrible thing.
In the auction rules, it is in small text. You can't see it too well. It's actually in the same color as the background. It does say actual math needed.
Actual math needed.
Just-
Of course, you can ask questions about one-shot things. You're more than welcome to. Here, I'll show. Maybe I can show people something I was working on the other day as well.
I think Coffee wants to join the
What?
DC.
Sure. Let's let's invite you in. I'll invite you in for a little bit, and then I'll start booting people.
Kick some of
in.
us out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's one of the
Hey.
most enjoyable one-shots you've done, like making wise? Not so much running, but making it. What's
You know,
one you had the most fun making?
a lot. I always have a lot of fun making them because it's like a little puzzle, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
And I know quite well how to do it. Some of the sort of, I think the two in recent times that I've enjoyed the most were probably going into the King's Memories. Because just the design behind that led me into a lot of nostalgia, of course. And I think the other one is probably going to be the One Shot of the Deep.
That's fair.
Because I think the second one's design wasn't quite as good as the first one. The second one had the benefit of me in a maddened state sitting down and writing what it would feel like to be a Titan. And sharing that with the players, which was really cool to do. Like I don't know how to express it. It was just really interesting.
Was that the one shot where Ezra was introduced, or was that different?
The first one would have been where Ezrin was introduced as a villain,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. No, I remember watching that one. That was good.
hmm I think the design behind the first one was really good.
Yeah. At least for me, that was one of my first introduction of you doing one shots, which then led
Yeah.
to all of this.
Yeah, I used to
Yeah.
offer them, and then I realized at about the end of the summer here, I don't have time. I can't. I have to make an occasion of it.
That
yeah,
is fair. Alrighty, Zach, I'm gonna make your job easy. I will be taking off here.
Thanks for
But-
coming by, Red.
If you do some, what is it called again? King of the Castle or anything? Just make sure to grab me.
Sure, I'll shoot out I'll shoot out some messages and a ping or something if we end up playing some.
Goodbye, my friends, and I shall be lurking in the
Goodbye.
stream.
See you around.
Also, I dragged coffee in here for you, Zach.
Lovely. Hey, Coffee.
Hey, can I interview you on a couple things?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. The first question I have is, what level and stats would you recommend for a one-shot party to be at? When they're like thinking up for their one-shot, like what
Right.
do they?
I could do anything, but my favorite levels to run a one-shot at are level 3, 5, and 7, which are sort of like the early game power spikes.
Mhm.
The moment you hit level 9, you're looking at very powerful characters in the world. You're looking at people who can bend reality, summon resources from nothing, teleport across the globe. And it only goes up from there. I would say if you want to do something high powered due to Domain of Demons, I'm actually really comfortable with running something high leveled now. You just have to understand if you're running something high leveled, we're probably looking at, if there's any combat, we're probably only looking at 2 encounters in your one shot. So I would suggest lower level.
Okay. Next question. Is there like, I know you have your base stats that you use for manual or rolled.
Mhm.
How do you suggest people build those around their character? If they're going in fresh, new into D&D, like how are they going to do that if this is their first D&D experience?
Basically what you're going to do is you're going to look at your class and see what stats does it need to function. So if you're a paladin, you're probably looking at strength and then charisma and maybe constitution. Fill those out and then put the other ones wherever you feel like you want them. If you're a warlock, first one goes into charisma. Who cares where the rest go? Have fun with it. Same thing with a wizard. Intelligence, and then who cares? Or, you know.
A wizard's got to have some constitution, and they're just Oh boy.
I look to.
That'd be a really hard to go off.
You can just be squishy. It's okay.
Poor Vasar and the glass cannon.
Yeah, that's really how you'd go about it.
Interesting. Oh, auction link. Okay. Here is. Oh wait, I don't know if I should ask this actually. It's a controversial one.
Oh.
It is. Okay, I'll ask. I'll bite.
I'm curious.
Okay. If you had to take, like, 5 people out of the world, doesn't have to be player characters, just has to be, like, NPCs, player characters, anybody, and you put them in a party, what would be the most overpowered party you could make?
Oh my word. That's a wild question.
I don't know. I think
That takes some thinking.
I think if I just mix and match a couple people from the Domain of Demons ones, that probably inherently wins because they're level 14. But if I look at the end of campaigns, usually characters are quite powerful. They're all powered up. They have their artifacts and stuff. You can get some pretty strong characters there. Of course, if I were to, I could just pick out crazy characters from past campaigns and just pick out the ones that end up being ridiculously strong. Like, we could pull out, like, here, let's pull Boone, and let's add the Timekeeper, and Alexos, and, oh, why not, let's take Delia Serafina. Yeah, she should be in there, too.
What about the little old man that looks for the good in people, and if they're bad, he kills them?
Please?
What about that one?
That's a secret. You can't know about Talese. Oh, I mean, yeah, actually, Aaron. What was your character's name? I can't remember it. Jax. Jax Salanderie, of course. Jax is one of the stronger characters I've seen in support. It's interesting. But I could just pull some crazy NPCs. That would be a crazy one too.
I'll always say Aaron's use of magic is what elevates him. The command with Jax was always hilarious. Command monologue, like, come on.
The monologue will always be the best useful command I've ever seen.
There were some good ones. There was breakdance at one point, I believe. There was some goofy ones.
Yeah, that segues into my question, which is, what are some creative uses of player kits that you've seen from players?
There's been a lot of interesting ways of seeing them. You're the first person besides myself who I've seen play a summoner-style character, for example.
Oh.
I did it as a necromancer, and I will never do that again. I did it okay in Corellians.
I loved it.
The first time I played it, I was just seeing how stuff worked and realizing stuff. And I summoned 48 undead in a dungeon. And after that, I decided this can't be allowed to continue.
Thank God. Me. Holy God. I think I would have cried.
Literally hundreds of HP in summons.
I think I would have died.
I feel like I'm pushing it with 3, Zach. You're telling me you did it worse.
Gibbons is enough for most
I will
things.
say one of the creative uses I've seen, again, it's with Erin, was in a early session of Riches and Reward. I had stone statues that were going to attack them, and they used Enlarge and Reduce to reduce the size of the statues, so they just weren't a threat anymore, and they were just tiny little statues.
It was pretty good.
Which I never anticipated them doing.
That was a really good one. Aaron's done a few, yeah. Aaron's Grave Cleric support ranger build was surprisingly effective. Is there any other builds that have really caught me off guard? Not really. I think there's very few things that'll catch me off guard, because usually people are like... I guess Dust did a melee build bard.
Yeah.
Love Franja.
I love Franja, but they didn't agree with the which makes me sad. But Jax did, which makes Jax better. So.
Oh, that is true.
Crimes. Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
How long do we have left on the auction?
Auction has another hour and 20 minutes before it will come to an end. So we'll be seeing the last bids over the next little while here.
Coffee put in for 460, dang.
I was just gonna show off for the. I don't know if there's any Valence folks here. Are there any Valence folks in chat right now?
Faceless mentioned it.
Yeah.
Faceless. I ended up making some. I ended up making some of the magic cards that were made in Tabletop Simulator, and they actually worked. It worked out.
Very cool.
So I can play commander with Auntie Morgantha as my commander.
Wait, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that art piece.
It's good, right? A cat art classic. This was a really quick piece by Cat too, so
yeah.
There is the odd time that there's sometimes when Cat just goes ham and just creates something way too humanly quickly possible, too quick.
It's scary, honestly.
They made the art for Hat within less than a day, and I'm like, oh, what do you mean?
Ooh, Melina mentioned.
Iris.
Magic is very fun. We have a few people who play it on around NQP.
Yeah, we do play it every once in a while around here if you're around. I want a card. Yeah, right?
Happy to teach people.
Yeah, it's not hard to learn. You'll never learn all the cards, and once you've accepted that, it's just learning, strategies. Learn your deck,
Which one's
Figuring
that
out
one?
what to do.
What's the dwarf one on the left?
Kovak, Legion's finest. I don't know who Kovak is, but I have his card, so I know that. There's some spells that were made. These are all or at least most of the custom ones. I was doing it very quickly. Sierra Calm.
Flame Bay Peeps.
There's Sable, one of our big writing team members.
Wait until I recognize one. It's been so long.
Here's Eva at Mountbatten. You'll recognize that one, I'm sure.
Ah, yeah.
There's
Why?
Yes. Yeah, that's something I worked on the other day.
Yeah, cat art.
I did them for the art.
You should share it once you get it done. I'd love to see it.
Yeah,
have the
whenever
channel
that's through.
above us.
The auction is currently at 460 by coffee.
Damn.
Thanks,
So
Goff.
we've gone up 10.
I have friends now. It is not just me.
A team has been built. Good. Build your teams, people. Build your allies.
Allies have been formed.
It's gonna get more and more of a fight later as it counts down.
Well, I can say we've got an hour and a half. Just under. Now 20
It's like the
seconds.
last 10 minutes might be a bit of action.
Yes. I'm going to do the same thing as Red, though. I'm going to make your job easier, Zach, and I'm going to dip as well because it's only 2 in the morning for me, as I am a Brit. Cough, cough, Kiwa.
I'm fine. I slept all day today.
Sadly, I did not. I've been up since 4 in the morning. So, I will see you all later, and have fun.
Thank you for coming
Have a
by,
good night.
Corellian.
Yeah.
Well,
Looks around. Don't ask me about my timing right now.
It's
I think it's
hello
like
clock.
Zach and I are the only ones that are not in the AM right now.
Guys, I slept. I just woke up early, obviously.
I left
Yeah.
you with VC around this time last night, didn't I?
Don't know what you're talking about, Kewell.
What else can I ask about? Okay. What would you do, Zach, if you were trying to make, and this is a pure hypothetical, right? Like, link minds with me for a second. If you were trying to make a one-shot just to, like, show off what NQP can do, what would that be like?
I had this conversation with Dust a while back. I would probably put them into the path, which is the dimension of dreams, a space that is not real but links all people. Not a very well studied plane of existence, if that is what it can really be called. But it's a place that whenever I bring someone there, they're like, that was so much fun. And that really is, like, it's a very creative place. It's a place where you get to explore your character a bit, be a little silly, be a little serious, and just kind of get comfortable doing things. So I think that really represents what we do. What three characters would you bring to the real world to cause the most chaos? Morgantha would end up in jail.
Nice.
So probably not Morgantha. Cause the
I
most...
think about the combos.
Draggletooth
Dust and the
is a good
Gambler.
one.
Dust and the Gambler.
See them chase each other.
Draggletooth could be good. There's a lot of chaotic characters that could do well. But I don't know.
A dragon would also be a good idea.
Do a dragon.
Anyone.
That would really mess things through. I could pick any of the, like, crazy mages. That could do something.
Fingers.
Fingers. Fingers would die.
Asmus would be funny.
Asmus would be hilarious. I fear too many of the mages would just become capitalists. Not in a good way.
I suppose Harry take out fingers.
Yeah, they could. Yeah.
Really, just blunt weapons.
True.
It's just like...
Lord Vincent.
I don't run much modern stuff. Every once in a while you get a glimpse into something that happened long in the past, because as with many worlds, the assumption with Ulvuntur is that the world is very old. It is very ancient, far beyond the understanding of the people living here. And that it is in decline. There was a brief point where that was shown to the Domain of Demons 2 group, as well as when I did a little one-shot for the Lack of Love folks.
Do I have the dragon's lobby?
Oh.
Make them create a petition, maybe.
Are there dinosaurs in Ulvuntur? I want to know.
There are! Down here in Eridana. That's our every fantasy world ends up with a rainforest dinosaur region. That's where ours is. I haven't run anything down there, but I would like to.
Start Jurassic Park, guys.
They're dodos and Ulvuntur. Shasta, do you want... Shall we decide right now where dodos would be in Ulvunter? Where do you want them to be? Let's do it. You thinking Taroma? You thinking like the archipelago? You want to stuff them like on the verge of the desert?
Wildenwood.
The Wildenwood? Okay, okay. We'll
I feel like
stick
they're
them-
more in coastal areas,
We'll do-
from what I know.
We'll put them on this island off the south of the
Oh my god,
Wildenwood.
Dodo Island.
Dodo Island.
Little island.
You vote for
Please call it
archipelago.
that.
This is now Dodo Island. We have decided.
Oh, Dodo.
All
What would they
dodos.
I guess fish.
I guess they could pick that up or forage off the floor of the place, you know? Pick up berries and nuts and stuff.
I just wouldn't mind the dinosaurs.
I'm pretty sure there is like an island in real life world that's inhabited by one kind of bird. That's like the only one living there.
Islands
I
get
gotta-
weird creatures. Dodos never reach the stone.
If the
Maybe not.
Dodo's tools.
Ogre Town Island. Yes, we've decided that this would be Ogre Town Island. Now we can't decide for sure if that's the case until your campaign ends, Aaron. Dodo variety lives there. We could do that. Something I was considering doing today was writing up like some kind of traveling holy order perhaps, or something of the sort. Something with some, like, I want something powerful at its head so that we have a powerful force for good that moves around. Normally the players fill that function, but it occurred to me that I've created plenty of traveling forces for evil. Maybe there should be one for good. Pick a real world
What are-
animal. Get mythical.
Pigeons. Most common one.
Deer? Deer?
Regular
Make
deer.
it a mythical rat.
That would fit so well.
I'll play Bob and make him a
rat?
mythical mouse.
Mice are
A
real,
mythical
okay?
rat?
Rats aren't. Okay, let me bring up the science. One moment.
This is why. This is why. A rat that could enter Alberta and stay there.
I
That
live in
would be-
Where's
Alberta.
Alberta and Ulvunter?
Alberta is a Vonta.
All of
Aggressively.
Ulvunter.
Oh, okay.
Here's the global rat distribution map. You'll notice there's an odd shape. In the middle of it.
I wonder,
Why-
what could that
Why
be?
does Alberta take such strong, like, measures against rats?
Well, a long time ago, they were, you know, and even today, they're viewed as a pest. If they get into fields and stuff, they can cause damage and whatnot. But a long time ago, the government took an initiative because of our natural terrain. They were like, wait, we could stop rats from being here. And we did. And that's just how it's been ever since. And now everyone's scared of rats because they're mythical.
Hmm.
Oh, I want to pet
I think I found the spell that you used to haunt Corellian's campaign with your undead sack.
Oh.
No.
And Corellians I only ever summoned 4, luckily.
Ah, gotcha. It's Dance. I don't know how to pronounce the second one.
Dance Macabre.
Yeah, okay. Oh, lucky for you, Zach. I get it on the next level up on Basil.
It's a very good spell. platypus mythical in Levunter. What kind of fool would create a creature that is both finned, billed, and also has a flattened tail? What a ridiculous notion.
No.
Stream keeps dying. I'm hoping that's on your end, Cat, not on mine.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I believe it's fine for me too.
Cool.
Maybe try switching browsers. Usually helps. At least for me.
I think Cat's experiencing network difficulties based on our conversation
gotcha.
earlier today. What do we have going on? Coffee took a took a screenshot of me linking mine.
We were linking minds, okay?
That's hilarious. Okay.
Uh,
I'm gonna commission Kat to draw one of your characters like that.
We have some stuff opened. Well, questions are starting to die down. We've gotten plenty, luckily. Thanks for coming with me, everyone. We have another hour of the auction remaining. I could start designing something, or we could open up a game if people would like.
Game?
Yeah.
gaming.
What game?
Well, I've never run it through Twitch before, but we do have King of the Castle ready. We could also play any number of other games.
We could grab red for King of the Castle.
However, I think my brain capacity cannot handle a game right now like King of the Castle. But if you do
fair.
start it, I wish you best of luck because it is a lovely game.
It is.
Designing with cat. Ooh, I think it's really tempting, Zach.
Shall I do some designing with Cat? My brain is infinite and juicy and I'm ready for gaming. Okay. I'm seeing some split opinions. You know what this calls for?
A poll?
You got it.
Oh, we're getting a poll.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you can't
Also,
say
just
that.
that I also have a gun. If you wish to borrow it.
It's a toy gun, right, Bubble? Right?
Water gun.
How do I do this again? I haven't done this in an age.
You want me to set
I have
up
one filled with whiskey.
I haven't done this in an age. Yeah, if you could. That would be lovely.
Yep.
Very
Let me just go in
simple.
mod mode.
King of the Castle or designing with Cat.
Da-da-da-da-da. Let me get the thing up.
Do-do-do.
Oh my goodness.
I'm really excited for the Dreams of Blue Sky characters to see the map tomorrow. Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, they
Fingers
will.
crossed.
They will. They have a very short explorative map to go through tomorrow,
Which they split
We'll do
up for.
predictions.
which they split up for. They can handle
They're
it.
in a horror movie. Can't believe they'd do such a thing.
Mm.
And
Maybe
I'll
I
put
can
it
pull
for
random
5
people
minutes.
in. We can do little bits of design.
There you go. A little prediction.
Very well, let us see. Aha, prediction. We'll get a few channel points if you win. A minotaur with nunchucks for horns. We could do that. Be ridiculous, but we could.
Ooh.
Are we doing full-on amounts?
People are
What's this
voting.
prediction?
Oh.
Whoa! Design that. Who did that?
People are betting with money. What? Oh, channel points.
Channel points, not money. Money's for
Copper.
the auction.
I.
Wait, let me. Whoa! King of the Castle. Oh my goodness. Wait, let me. I can sway it a little bit. Mostly because I miss Cat.
Me too. I love Cat.
Make your bets before you make your bids. Let me get my.
Anyone got 20k channel points?
Let me get my.
That's red. We're making the king of the castle votes.
It's just one and it's red. Oh.
Oh no.
No, Red, because Red wants to play King of the Castle.
I know.
Worst case, we can always play King of the Castle afterwards.
Absolutely. Okay, I told you I didn't know we were doing. I didn't know Cat was an option. This was before I knew Cat was an option.
Cat is a very endearing option.
Exactly.
Make your bids before you make your bets. So on.
I love the voice changer for that one.
It's a fun one. The voice changer was very expensive when I bought it, but it has paid itself off at this point.
Woo.
Had it for like 6 years now.
Oh my, things are happening in King of the Castle.
Oh. Can I do my
I've got 2 votes now.
Can I do my impression of the gambler finding out about gotchas? Wait, you mean people are willing to bid from the comfort of their own home with no promise of reward on pixels? We gotta get into this. There you go.
I love that.
It's close, kind of.
Folks
Yeah.
dropped points. Bids are made. It lines people up with who they bid for.
You can see in chat.
Yeah.
Yay, channel points, damn. I did not. The third of that is not me, don't worry.
I want to see how many messages everyone has now, because I can do that.
About gotcha. You want the gambler again? Sure. Actually, there's a slightly different one for the gambler I could use. Let me set it up. Because this is my general gambler-born one. I actually have one specifically for the gambler, which is a little bit lower, I believe.
Genshin.
Oh, do not speak the devil's name.
Ath.
The devil.
Ath. Oh, that's... I think... Yeah, there we go. I think that if we pool all our resources together, we could purchase this Genshin Impact. And from there, we'll be making millions. There you go.
They do make that much.
I just imagine someone pitching the cat-made gambler as a character.
We have a
Okay,
lot of
I
ones.
think the prediction is done, right?
Looks like it's run through. I think you have to pay it out. Or maybe I do.
Oh, I'm not in mod mode right now. Oops.
The points are gone.
Very well. Then I suppose what we will do is we'll design something with cat. The house always wins. That's what they say. It's like it's designed that way.
Just gotta make a new character every 3 months. Single one.
Alright. Well, I suppose we'll be swapping folks out then. For the moment. My friends, thank you for coming by. We're gonna get Cat in here and we'll design something and maybe do a little bit. I guess Cat's gonna do a little bit of art and I'll do some writing. Maybe get Chat involved in deciding a couple things. We'll try to keep it quick and light. Sometimes design, for regions can go on for, 50, 60 hours. We'll do something in 20 minutes.
Oh god, Ceradoon is here.
We need to escape, guys. Hurry
We
to
gotta
BC1
go!
now.
We gotta go! Here's
See you
I!
later. We
Welcome by.
Hello! I'm happy to be here.
Oh,
I am
boy.
muting stream because it won't work.
Yeah, you won't want to hear me twice through. So
I don't want to hear myself.
So what are we gonna design today? We could try designing that order I was talking about, or we could design an item, or I could just design a particular monster. What do you guys in
Ooh.
chat think?
Indeed. I am opening Krita right now. I don't know, maybe I'll occasionally turn my little camera on because I'm on my phone currently, so I don't get kicked constantly.
Secret. Yep, fair. Well, we'll have to just deal with you being a little bit tinny, but that's not the end of the world.
Bing! You can hear me echo off the walls.
Thinking a pacifist group, thinking a curse, you're thinking a critter. A couple different ideas coming through. Oh.
Oh?
I see some excitement.
The art warm-up.
Oh!
What is he referring to, Zach?
That's not something for us to design, but yeah, we can pass that along right now. That was, last session they battled some kind of tree god thing. And it was summoning different plant creatures to come and fight them, a couple of which were these massive, swaying, full, oaken trees, one of which leapt up a platform and jumped into the air to slam Vincent, who was flying.
Oh!
I'm really glad to hear so, Faceless.
Surely we'll have to draw that at some point. But today we seek to design
Yes, yes. Well, I've only heard a couple little things from folks. I imagine various people are stepping in and out as well, so we probably don't have everyone here at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Vulnerable to bludgeoning. So let's design. Let's meet somewhere in the middle and let's design the leader of what such an order would be. Pacifist.
Yeah. A pacifist order. A group of traveling good guys.
I think we could get something in through that. What would lead them? It would have to be something of some power, because they'd need to be protected while they traveled. My world is one that is generally quite kind to travelers, but the desert is not. The cold is not, so on.
Traveling good guy. This is the process usually only done at 3 a.m.
I'm thinking we could go with... We could design one kind of angel or another for this. That would probably work.
Ooh, angel design. That leads back to me wanting to help design those ASMR.
Yeah. Warforged robots of good deeds. Programmed like Hitchbot. We could do... So, when I'm having some trouble, I'll show you guys some of the process here. When we're having some trouble, what I like to do is start by laying out what I'm actually trying to design, right? So, I want a powerful entity. I want them to be good aligned. Ideally, I want them to be someone intimidating.
Ooh, intimidating. That's good.
And if they are some kind of angel, that would mean that in my world, we're a little open in the design. What we want to look at is, what god do they serve? And that makes me want to lean back to a god I said I wanted to get more involved in stuff earlier. Which would be Parvise, the twice ascended. God of poverty.
Parvise.
This would mean most groups running into them, this would be a defender figure for them too. This could be someone they could rest with if they're going to this place, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's always a good thing to run into, because if you're in service to Parvise, you believe that power comes from within. It does not come from things. And that, in that sense, it's very good to have a... It's good to train yourself, right? You could have an enchanted item, especially if you made it, but that's not necessarily what they're looking for, nor for ostentatious shows of wealth or armor or any dozens of other things besides. I wonder what they would look like. I'm not sure. I'll leave that to Cad here.
Well, I suppose that has to come back to sort of the symbology surrounding Teresa, you know? What sort of symbology or what they have, or what would they want their sort of impression would they want their angels to give, or what symbolism would they put into said angel?
It's a good question. Something simple, I suppose their vibe would be very downtrodden, but hard to make that directly intimidating. I wonder. Do not be afraid, says Shasta.
I already have a character that says that.
I wonder, like, if I were to go in and start designing abilities for such a thing, I'd be looking at these themes and I'd be like, okay, so they would have, like, a way to dampen other people's abilities. They would be probably pretty heavy strength and dex based, so you're looking at something fast and strong more than anything else. And as far as finding their divine power, it would have to be in giving, so perhaps they'd have a way to buff allies at cost of self. This would have to be significant. And you can kind of see how I get on the design of these kinds of things specifically, is I try to come up with something like this, and then eventually, you know, if I'm writing it for a campaign and I've got to have it done, you'll get something else. Let me find... Here, maybe the Sarah Dune stat block. Sure, I'll use that. Eventually you'll end up with a full list out of something crazy like this.
I miss him. If you couldn't tell.
Fantasy snake oil salesman. Critters often seen as weak. Yeah, we could also run something like that with them. Something that's like... that could be a really silly way of doing things. It'd be like... give them a... like a midway point. You know, like a what do you say? Like a second phase?
Ooh.
So, could start relatively simple and, you know, like, basically just like a strong monk, you know? And then it ends up leading into, you know, we can go the full 9 yards and give them wings sprouting. We can give them, or some kind of inhuman piece sprouting. And then, you know, radiant light on attacks. And of course, again, we're looking at the ability to nullify what is not yours. What is not from within is the better way of putting that. So, like, magic items just don't work.
Fuck yeah, magic item.
And that's kind of how the start of design goes when I'm coming up with it. This is enough that I could build a stat block out of this, go find a token. You know, before I run them, I'd want to do something like figure out what their goals are, and if there's any important, like, historical notes. For an order like this, I'd want to find what region I want to put them in. If they're wandering Yariel, for example, what was their involvement in the conquests of Escaridun, you know? Or were they there during the Age of the Sorcerer Kings? Or just what were they doing? And as for their goals, I have to imagine for a creature like this, it's going to be collecting those without and showing them a way forwards. How people lose their attachments, but not their skills. And so it might be very lonely at first to join such a group. Might be that's why people choose to stay, is because that ends up being your support.
Hmm. Okay.
Might be difficult though. Yeah. What does that speak to you, Kat?
Imagining, like, I do like the idea of, like, the humanoid monk as starting out, you know, kind of simplistic, maybe a bit simplistic in design, you know. Not very showy, but it's definitely inhuman. Oh god. And this is the part where I come in. And I man, I usually stream this and I can't.
Well, if you want to just work on that for a little while, we can always post it out on the server and people can take a look later. That was just a little break for us to do a bit of design.
Yeah.
I'm now going to use this thing, so have fun, D&D parties.
What sort of inhuman quality would I give it in the second phase? That's a question I have.
What sort of inhuman qualities? That's a good question. I guess we could do something closer to... I like the idea of picking something innocuousness, like not necessarily dangerous. How do you make that? Tried. Echoed speech. That's a classic.
I do like... I don't know. Like... Hey, what are you doing? Dogs. That, like, the parts, like, the more inhuman parts on it are the parts that sort of, like, dampen the effects of magic items.
Parvise was one, so maybe we could make it like we could go fairly style and make it like a desert rat type stuff, desert gerbil. Feeling things spreading off could be good. A lot of interesting ways you can mess with that.
Oh, look at the little gerbils. like those little stylized mice that you often see in like those like little animated movies, you know.
And then give them a literal aura.
Oh boy. Well, things are getting chaotic.
Oh dear. Well, I had some fun with that.
Perhaps this is the time where I hop out and I cook in the background.
Absolutely. Show us what you got when we get to the end of it.
Absolutely. I'll see y'all later.
See ya.
Yippee.
On the Patreon, I did an explanation of different region design. This was the realm of Aradon. The Demon's realms are harder to depict than various other regions. I think I had started working on a couple of things. Here's the duchy concept thing. Went pretty well. Oh, yeah. I suppose of those who remain. Incarnate is your new building. Incarnate's good fun. I'm waiting to see if the Chespeku stuff picks up steam and if they get a lot of cool options. I'm sure it'll evolve over the next couple of months. Keep my eye on it. Oh. Of those who remain, chat. Oh, yeah, this was the map I was talking about during today's session. I think it is. I think Incarnate does a fair few things quite well. You know. Top down, relatively busy, different sets. It's still relatively clear to read, even with all that. But I suppose shall we get a game started for King of the Castle? For the Hag thing? I could show off one of those. Down to play faceless. Excellent. We'll see if we get a few people in. Worst case, I just start rolling and taking questions. Maybe I can poke a few people. We are getting later in the night, especially for a number of folks. I'm sure as we come to the final pieces of the night and the auction starts to close up, I will take a pause from whatever we're doing just to keep an eye on it and to talk with whoever's still around. We'll see if we can get folks into the stream for that. If not, really not a big deal. I think there's still people out role-playing and whatnot too. Good for them. Always love to see it. Spin the wheel? You want to spin the wheel, Declan? We can do that. Oh, wow. Look at it. There we go. Very well. I'll just have to make sure the wheel is set up. Do you want to do the wheel right at the end? Or do you want me to do it now, Declan? Like as one of our final things while the auction's closing. Can you join back up? What for, Coffee? What for? Probably, yeah. You're more than welcome to join in. Okay, let's save it for right at the end. Feel free to spread the word that I'm going to do so right at the end. I'll do it in the last 10 minutes. So that'll be... Oh, wow, we're coming to the end. They're at 7:25 now. Yeah, so that'll be in like 25 minutes. King of the Castle? Yeah, if we only have a few people, I guess I could invite everyone who's playing in and we can do it that way. That would be fun. We will start a new dynasty. And I will be... let's be... let's do the name I mentioned earlier. Leondar Ithsam. Oh, Leondar of Dynasty Ithsam. King Leondar. All right. Let us set up to play. Do I not have the extension set? I thought I already did. Oh yeah, as we approach, feel free to ping folks and get people ready. We're gonna give away a copy. Okay, it seems to be working. Good. Very good. I was like, I thought I already downloaded this thing. So, alright. So we get to pick 3 factions that will represent the sort of minor factions of the kingdom. And we'll end up with little events that will change things before as we make this game. There will be goals personally to each one and for the kingdom. The stream itself is blurry. Oh dear. We'll give it a moment. I might shuffle myself up to the top. Oh, you know what part of the problem probably is? I'm just gonna fix this live. There we go. So I think what we're going to include... Any factions people want to see? Here. I'll ping games for NQP. You want the patricians coffee? They're in. And hydrate or dihydrate now? Oh no. The Grandies as well. Sure, we can do Grandies. At other games. You wanna do the vampires for the counts? The North could be, yeah, the North's fun too. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I'd say either the Counts or the Grandies, and then either the Barons or the Chiefs. There we go. I'm sending out a message. We'll see who we get. Da, da, da. Patricians, counts, and chiefs is what is a vote I've seen. Sure. This is your first time seeing this? This is a lovely little game. So you can type join to join in. And if you want to join, if you own the game, ta-da! Here's one. Send you the angel doc, the one I made for it? Yeah, sure. We're getting folks in. So you will share votes. There will be things we vote on, and then whichever one you end up being a part of, that is the faction you are representing. You will have your own secret goals, which are yet to be revealed. My face cam's blocking here. I'll put my face cam in the top right. How about that? There you go. Yeah, that danger team over here. You're a chief along with Keewell. We've got Ray and Declan in. This is a game where people can join in partway too, if they want, or leave partway through, and it's not a huge deal. So we'll see how far in we get. It's a very fun little game. Different scenarios run. I think it was this document for Cat. Which I need to make an editor link. Did Spirit respond to me in the general chat? What did Spirit say? Say something the real Dust would say. They're just responding to the... There we go. This is me. See? Alright, I'll just get us started. People can always join in. Hey. So, as you can see, the kingdom itself, which I am representing in this, will have our main stats up here: authority, stability, and treasury. The lower my authority and stability are, the easier it is to revolt. But you don't necessarily want that. If your plans are going well, then all is well. If any of these kingdom stats hit 0, we all lose. Of course, you have your own stats down here, which will come into play for your own goals, I'm certain. You have military, yeah. How do I want the kingdom to remember me? This is me selecting my victory condition. I think I would like to be remembered as the greatest king who ever lived. You like to build lots of statues of yourself, huh? Was that an insult, Spy Master? Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. So that'll be my first step in my victory, is getting an heir. As for the council introductions, I have to meet my nobles. Let us meet the chiefs of the north. Chief Faceless. Leading in on that side, Countess Coffee. An honor to finally meet your acquaintance. You escaped the doom that befell your predecessor. A pleasure, your serene highness. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. It says, right? And immediately they're demanding favor. My father said to avoid it at all costs. And so let's make our first decision of the game. We've scheduled my coronation. Of course, your majesty. But to delay the nobles any longer, well, they're getting restless. Very well then, what must I do? The council will decide what happens at my coronation. What the hell? This is an absolute monarchy, your majesty. Everything has to be run past a council vote, even this. Shall we call the nobles it? And so this is how things are going to go. You'll see that there's a bunch of different options you can vote on. And feel free to discuss in the chat as well. I can apply special things, like I can give something a vote, or I can say, this one isn't on the table. For example, I I don't really want my authority going. We won't do any of that. I could like stop you from lowering my authority necessarily, but who cares? A vote is required, and you can of course join just by typing !join in the chat at any time. And if you need to leave, it's no big worry. That is an excellent question. I imagine there will be a /vote option. Let us see. It's !vote space and then A, B, C, or D, whichever option you want. It's right in front of it again. No! There you go. I won't stop the vote early on this time. I might have to just make my face cam small here. I'll shrink myself down. You're throwing me in the river? A religious ceremony. Yes, of course. Very good. Faith goes up for folks who voted for it. We are ordained by divine right, chosen by the ninth god and elevated above all. Huzzah! Thou does not know the meaning of fun. And that is it. When we have finished through, we basically are done with a season and we'll move on. There'll be usually a number of events that show up in between. For the patricians, for example, Eulalia of the trooper of Declan's family, powerful entrepreneur, scribbles with a well-used quill on a hardwood desk, speaking calmly. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of King Leondar. Something must be done. And you will now vote on your scheme. This is only for the patricians. I think actually I don't know if you can vote with !A, B, or C. I won't end the timer for you right away, so you have a moment to think. Monopoly. That makes sense. Raise your own trade. I have a feeling that one won't be too hard to fulfill. It is still through vote. So that will be their goal. And you'll all be doing this, each of your groups. The patricians plan to privatize this entire damn kingdom. First, they must build up their industry. To advance their scheme, the patricians must raise their trade to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Well, you're at 7, so you just have to keep it. Now for the counts. Mara of Red's dynasty. The charismatic Eastern leader leans delicately on a podium, speaking in a melodious voice. My fellow counts, in ancient times the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not whilst the false King Leondar wears the crown. The Kelp trade. And now you may choose yours, sorcery, uprising, or ascension? Huh? One of these is not like the others. So only the counts may vote on this one, since it is a count choice. Count trade. Red has chosen Ascension. Alright, Dracula. The Count plans to induct the king into their secret cult and offer him immortality in exchange for the throne. First, they must reduce the power of the Eastern Church. Ooh, that's unfortunate, given that we just raised it. But I guess the chiefs have 0, so... To advance their scheme, the counts must lower their faith to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Ah, so only by 1. Orm of the Kiwal clan, a powerful political mastermind, stands precariously on the Longhouse crossbeam, screaming like a fallen god. Chiefs of the North, we all know I should be on the throne, not this impostor King Leondar. How do we make that happen? He's actually just asking. Yeah, I'm sure you would never revolt, right, guys? You wouldn't revolt. None of them are military, so it's either to lower my stability, lower everyone's faith, or raise stability. Well, it looks like you're going for raising stability. A good thing for the kingdom overall. Hornblower would be crazy. The chiefs plan to hold the king hostage in his own palace. First, they must lull the spymaster into a false sense of security. To advance their scheme, the chiefs must raise stability to 5 or more in 4 seasons. So you just have to keep it where it is. Now I choose a new vote. Ooh, I love Royal Gamble. That's a lot of fun. Nobles can change their mind. Reverse voting. Nobles must vote for their lead. I mean, reverse voting is hilarious. We'll do reverse voting. This might be a short game, so... Now we have events in each of the regions. I am a noble and faithful. If you eat the king, you become the king. Oh. Shall we start in the south? You must do something about the pirates that have been plaguing the coast's ocean trade routes. I lost a whole shipment of fine silks. They killed the crew, of course, who won't be cheap to replace. Oh, they lost some money. And now we will enter a vote. Yeah, those pirates. Why are you low-key looking like me? So, I think just to show the hilarity of it, we will just start a vote. Let's see how it goes. Come on, guys. Simple as that. You could order the Coast Navy to patrol the sea routes, which we don't have a very strong overall navy right now. It's a 30% chance of a good thing. We could pay the pirates. It costs a lot of money. Or there's nothing we can do. Which would not help with trade, I'm sure. And it would make everyone mad. Council. Council. How could you? Well, let us see where that rolls. All good. Defiance is now insolent. I gave them 4. Oh no. Trade is still high enough. And they lost more. They just lost that wealth. Ooh. They are blighted by pirate raids. The patricians go down a little bit. Dangerous roads. Your Highness, the merchants in the east are complaining about bandits. The eastern roads are too dangerous to travel. Even with guards, gangs of highly organized, well-armed highwaymen will ambush merchant caravans and steal absolutely everything. We have the land version going on now. And, have fun. We're reverse voting. Have fun, my council. Oh, we're coming into the last 10 minutes before the bidding ends. So I'll let you guys vote on this. We'll clear this up, and then I'm going to spin the wheel. Offer a bounty. You're going to make me pay for it. You're going to make me pay even more for it. It does increase trade. I can see why they would want that. Empty promises. I understand. Well, I guess we're just going to offer a bounty for bandits. That's fair. That seems reasonable. I can agree with this, council. Oh, it's reverse voting. Right. Right. So, we tried to use the military to fight everyone. A month passes, you receive word that the battalion spent weeks marching in circles and chasing bandits who would drop their weapons and blend in with the locals. Finally, their frustration turns into anger. Our soldiers burned an entire village to the ground and massacred dozens of peasants. The bandits escaped unharmed. The peasants don't like us. Well, we are coming into the last point. The bid itself will see its last changes in these 10 minutes. I will bring it up on one screen. Let us see how things are going. Our current bid is by coffee at $4.60. Finding $4.70 and higher will likely get you to the end. As for our prize for today, let's start bringing those people in. I will get a wheel. Wheel. So let's get folks in here and see who wants a chance at winning one. The auction itself is counting down with only 10 minutes to spare. Absolutely, Faceless, you're on the wheel. Absolutely, Shasta, on the wheel. We'll get folks in. If you already have it, no need to be on it. Yeah, I suppose. Wheel. Who wishes to be on the wheel? Ray? Alright, you're on the wheel. You're gonna run a one shot and it's gonna be awful. For a one shot run. If you want one that is designed and well with custom assets and whatnot, I myself am running an auction right now on the NQP server. We are reaching the final minutes before it ends. However, we will also spin the wheel as we reach the end here. Who wishes to be on the wheel? You made the call to arms. Welcome, people, welcome. Spirit and Scar? Absolutely. I'm looking at too many things. Scarlet on the wheel. You're on it now, Scarlet. Welcome. Lex is on the wheel. We'll take them for a few minutes. As people show up, I will happily pull people in for the wheel. We are in the final points. Often. We are now entering the final minutes. Everyone. Mom said it was my turn on the wheel. Absolutely. Wheel? Well is on the wheel. Excellent. Welcome by. Welcome by. I missed macaroni. Oh, that's for tuna. There we go. Absolutely. Which is for the best. I'm sure you would run a perfectly good one shot. But to do so close to the auction one shot, what would pale in comparison? Thank you for the subscription, Scarlet. Do we have a nat 1 on the roll there? Enjoy those. We're actually going to be getting some new ones done very soon. I'll be resizing a couple that were just completed, so there will be new emotes in the chat. I might replace some of them, because some of them are a little weird. But we'll see. I might just add more, because why not? We can have like 150 of them. Change the auction one shot for me. I don't know if I could do that at the start. Rain. All you have to do is be here, Rain. We are moving towards the end of the auction I have been running. We're currently sitting at 460. You're more than welcome to quickly band together before we end the auction to join together and try and win yourself a fully canon one-shot with all my knowledge, all the assets made for it. To whatever you desire, be it fighting a demon, be it a demon prince, a god, be it gathering together to a location in your past. Or, indeed, if it's just chilling in a new location with a bunch of friends. I will design what you desire, but the wheel here is for a free book. What did we get? Did we hear another one who heard wheel? Absolutely. Little Giant, you want in on the wheel? You are welcome. Can I kill the Wine King in your one shot? Absolutely, Shasta. Yes, you could. Hey man, I will do it. If that is what you wish, I will make it reality. You know, I probably should have done closed bidding for the last 10 minutes of this, huh? Yeah, we'll do that next time. We live and we learn. Welcome by, folks. Did I miss anyone? Am I missing anyone, chat? Did I miss someone saying they wanted it on the wheel? Da 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 da. Simply speak. Arc? Absolutely. Arc, you're on the wheel. Let me share some art from our little bit of design we did earlier. Oh, wow, that's... Let me share a little bit of art while we're going over it. TLX wants in? Absolutely. TLX, you're in. Welcome, welcome. We're giving away a free book today. It has been purchased by Declan for us to pass out. There is a one-shot being auctioned. Your chance at a fully canon one-shot within Ulvunter, my world, which is the same world that Valence is run in. You can team up with other people to make your bid. We're coming to the end of the auction. Meanwhile, I'm giving out a free book. I don't know what this is, but I do love wheels. Hell yeah. One shot where Seatbelt just gets shaved. I will do it. I will do it. 3 minutes till the auction ends. 3 minutes. Let me take a look and bring the bidding channel into screen. Our bid is currently sitting at $460. Oh wow, that did not go well. Here we go. Your bid goes towards helping us do more cool artistic things. It will be... it will be amazing. I am basically just ready for whatever challenge is thrown my way. And I am ready to make whatever it is you want. Gather together, poke people, find an ally. Make your bid. Lilith as well? We'll put Lilith on the list. Absolutely. As always, if this isn't a way you're willing to support, Final at $470! Final, thank you very much. There is barely any time left. Should you wish to outbid, the minimum bid is now $480. Red at $480. Baja at $500. $550. $560. And my friends, with that, I will be closing our bids. Thank you very much, Final. You have won. I am closing... Oh, I gotta keep going, don't I? 600! I said I'd go till the hour. I can't close it. I misread the time. I'm so sorry. 600. Thank you so much, everyone. I want to thank you so much. There will be further chances for you to come and get involved. I want to thank you very much for helping me build something amazing. Never in my dreams would I have thought that I could run something like this and design an adventure and call it art, and people would truly want it. Let's spin that wheel. Little Giant, I want you to shoot me a message on Discord. You will get a free book. Too bad I will run the one shot and you'll get the whole thing. You'll get the whole 9 yards, my friends. And, I suppose, let me pass out that book. I'll get that some point tonight. Shoot me that message, Little Giant. Yeah, shoot me that message, Little Giant. You win. You won. Well, you won today. You won a book. it's no lottery ticket, but it's got art and subclasses and items and writing advice on creative writing from myself and John and Dust. It is the second thing we have ever written and published. And I'm quite proud of it. What's my Discord? I'm the Gamemaster. Right-click me on any of my posts I've made. Well, everyone, once more, my love out to all of you. Thank you so much for coming by and for helping support me. The book is available to buy. For helping support me in my mission to help people get comfortable being creative. I want nothing more than to keep doing this forever. And truly, you are making it possible in the first place. The book is available on our website, notquiteproficient.org. If someone could just post that in the chat for me. Notquiteproficient.org. You can see a little bit. I'm sure my programs is out of date, but you're looking at the shop. And you can purchase our different things around here. So, everyone, I suppose, well, I'll see you around. I'm sure I'll talk with some of you after stream. I'll be heading into VC1. I'll start preparing to hand out the prizes and to accept cash from folks who have won. And, well, keep on being very creative, folks.